Sorry.
Okay.
Go ahead. Yeah.
So the primary distinction in the studio is between front stage and backstage. Front stage is the delivery of content. Backstage is all of the technical wizardry that's requisite to push the content out via the stream. Front stage work are the anchors primarily, who read the news, pledge, and weather. So that's primarily it. You could throw teleprompter worker in there, but they're still kind of like backstage, but up on the front stage with the delivery of the news proper. Backstage work is managers, and so just per the feng shui of my studio, I have two managers. One that stands at the doorway between where the anchors are and where the TriCaster itself is, and then I have the camera 2 manager, because what we've done is pledge, weather, any sort of special speaker is on a camera that's out in the hallway. They cannot see themselves on a monitor as the anchors can, so they're unaware of when we've transitioned to them. So there is a manager that sits on the threshold between the speakers on camera 2 and where the TriCaster backstage kind of office is. Other backstage jobs are the TriCaster person proper, soundboard, graphics computer, which runs Pandora, runs the WBMS Google graphics that are behind the anchors on the green screen. Because of the particulars of this new kit, I have a new backstage job, which is the person who's listening to the announcements on the stream itself, because we've got about a 30-second delay between what the anchors are saying, what we can hear in the studio proper, and what gets pushed out. And so that has caused some technical, that delay has caused, I guess, do you want me to speak about the sound thing? Okay. So one of the biggest problems that I have now, and I think just today mitigated it, is knowing the the relative volumes of the various inputs. So I have DDR sound from an opening that I make in iMovie that just introduces the news. I have the inputs of Pandora that I typically play as like school 850 when people are getting off the buses and starting to roll towards first block. YouTube videos. I was showing like some Barrett's commercials, which is like one of the a chorus that is here, and so they had like an advertising video, and then the inputs of the microphones themselves, and so all of that in real time is being pushed out of external speakers that are connected to the audio output in the TriCaster itself, to these little computer speakers. And so I've tried to calibrate all of the inputs based on, and I have to keep the external speakers. There's a sticky that says don't turn the volume on the speakers, because somebody could turn that knob up and then I think, oh, it's too loud. But all of the internal settings are fine, but it's just loud coming out of that real-time speaker. Last year's TriCaster, I had a monitor that was running straight from the TriCaster on coax, and I could tell straight from that monitor how loud anything was, and that corresponded to the volume level on the stream itself. So that's a new backstage job. I got a kid sitting there with earbuds in, because I can't have the monitor repeating 30 seconds in the past. They've short-circuited even kids who are capable of that level of stimuli. Let's see. How do I organize this? So I have a group of managers who are largely 8th graders, handful of 7th graders who have facility doing any of those jobs. They tend not to be front stage people. They like to kind of be behind the scenes, and I can plug them into any job. They're also amiable to like give up a job. If I've got a new kid who rolls in and I'm trying to build that relationship and get them engaged right off the bat, and I'll say, I don't know, Sebastian, can I plug this kid into the TriCaster? And he's not going to get bent out of shape. So It's also the same. I call them the skeleton crew. Skeleton crew typically is a few more kids who are still just responsible students. Understand that our number one job is professionalism, like delivering the news. Second is having fun, and that way, if I'm out, if I'm ever again like this Friday, I'm going to be out, and so I'll just say skeleton crew only, and so those kids know who they are, and Ms. Gibson, the librarian, who is going to come in and be the adult in the space. She'll have a capable group of kiddos who can just basically run the show. If neither one of us showed up, they'd still push out the content. Um, Content itself is that's the one thing that is totally me. Every morning, I spend 10 minutes getting the script ready. Everything is on a Google Doc that is just WBMS script that is shared with like the aforementioned like librarian. Um, mm, I don't know if this is a tech thing that's particular to WBMS. I have two computers that are WBMS specific that have like studio credentials so that I can log in, because originally what we were doing was they created, our TSS created these studio credentials so that I could log in and the parameters would be the same. I wouldn't have to like log a new profile in every morning. And so that's my graphics computer and the teleprompter computer, so that every morning I can just log into Studio and the script is there, the graphics are there, Pandora is there, anything that I go to is already there. So that's a tech like workaround, like a studio hack, just per what I needed in my space. So yeah, content. I write the weather report every day. So I think the announcements proper. I mean, you could have kids do the menu. I mean, again, they're thing like today we were doing testing announcements, and I can't leave that to a kiddo. I mean, maybe I could have like a like small cadre of responsible eighth graders who I would trust to do that, but like there's some content that I want 100% fidelity without any sort of textual drift per the adolescent mind, and so I just build that out. And so that's a part and parcel of like I'm going to run the studio, so therefore I have to do the script. Um, the timeline for training new kids. So then how it works. The managers come every day. They don't have a job every day, but they're there as stopgap. Then I roll grade level days. So today was a seventh grade day. So that day is for any seventh grader who expresses interest in being a part of WBMS. That could be so I had two kiddos, Z and